Indhu Birdy, Baker McKenzie, the University of Reading, and degree in law. So the reason I chose to be a solicitor as opposed to a barrister was because I was never really a fan of drama growing up and didn't particularly enjoy advocacy during my legal studies. I think I've always known I was going to be a transactional lawyer, so never really envisaged contentious matters being part of my day-to-day. I really enjoy being client-focused and working on a broad range of matters, so actually the choice to become a solicitor was quite a natural decision for me. So I joined Baker's in 2017. I had trained at another London firm and joined when I was a junior lawyer, so around 18 months qualified. The reason for the move was primarily driven by wanting to do bigger, more international deals with bigger corporate M&A clients. But I also knew that when making this move, I wanted it to be a long-term move for me, and so the cultural fit was also really important. I'm a senior associate in the corporate M&A team in London, so I work on a large range of cross-border, multi-jurisdictional transactions, primarily in the retail and healthcare space. The reason I chose M&A, so M&A was my preference as a trainee, and what I enjoyed most was the level of responsibility you were given as a trainee. So whether that was a verification exercise for an AIM.DOT prospectus or, managing a diligence report, that was something I always found really motivating. And then what was also nice was the amount of interaction you got with other specialist teams. So as a senior associate, you lead on transactions with the partner support. You have the day-to-day responsibility of the transaction, which includes managing a deal team, drafting the transaction documents, and you are primarily the day-to-day contact for the client, and you are responsible for delegating tasks to juniors and managing a team, and also ensuring that the deal continues to move forward. Another part of the role is that you are often involved with lots of business development tasks, which could involve preparing and planning presentations and other key materials for industry groups, which are client focused. So highlights today, I think two deals that really stand out. One is we acted in 2018 for Novo Nordisk on its acquisition of a biotechnology firm, Xylo Limited, that had a potential value of up to 800 million USD. This was my first introduction to healthcare transactions, and I think what was most interesting was the product itself. So the company was producing a glucose binding molecule which essentially would detect the presence of glucose in a bloodstream and administer insulin as appropriate. So if developed and if it worked, it would revolutionise how diabetes patients are treated in the future. And I think it was one of those deals that really highlighted what clients do in the healthcare space. What I most enjoy as an M&A lawyer is that actually no day is the same, and the variety of work, and also you're learning every day. So working with the specialist teams, deal structures, different clients, no one day is the same. My least favourite part of the job, which will come as no surprise to anybody who knows me, is any training or presentations which I'm asked to give, because public speaking is not my forte. Key issue facing the profession, not news to anyone, but just the global economic climate, also the instability, so still feeling the effects of Russia, Ukraine, and then Israel, Palestine, and now the uncertainty of what the impact would be of Trump's election. Closer to home, with the rising interest rates and cost of living crisis, increases pressure on keeping costs down and managing costs. And then with Gen AI, obviously it's still in an early development stage, but it's important for firms to understand the potential impact, whether it's a source of new business or greater productivity. And if not, they'll lose out to those firms who are more forward-thinking. The skills you need, I think there's the usual ones that you hear about, with the attention to detail, being able to prioritise, manage your workload effectively. Other skills, in my opinion, which are really important, is your ability to be able to step back and see issues in the context of the wider transaction. Your ability to deal with pressure, because naturally we work hard, we work under pressure, and clients can be demanding. And also your ability to use your initiative to be able to anticipate and deal with clients' needs. For anyone considering a career as an M&A lawyer, my advice would be to seek as much experience as possible, and this doesn't have to be limited to work experience in a law firm. We have clients that range across all industries, so any real hands-on commercial experience could be really valuable. One thing I wish I'd known before becoming a solicitor, that people management is actually at the heart of everything you do. So whether that's a trainee, you're working with different personalities, having to adapt to different working styles, working with your PA, getting them on side, and then the more obvious, meeting client needs and building strong client relationships.